He crossed the plate before he was there.
In play, that's a fair ball to Jake. What a play from Jake Oliver! And that is destroyed! Tie game! 60. That's in play down the third baseline. Peter makes the great play from Peter McNeil.
Justice already took advantage of that. What a play over at third. He's heading home. Oh, he's out. He's gonna be out. Jordan Rice heads out. Trey Cluxton right.
Get out, ball later! And he might have just missed it! Got it wrong from Jordan Rice!
And that's a shot! That's all on the play!
Steps on second, throws over to first, and he does it! Oh my Lord, Zach Inouye, a solo!
That's in play down the third baseline. Peter makes the great play from Peter McNeil.
Oh! Philip Rosenbarkle, walk off the season. Oh!
Get out, ball later!
And that ball is out of here! Walk-off home run, Jake Oliver!
That ball's in play. Goes back, keeper kick! Back at Thomas Playhouse makes the grab. He's heading home. Oh, he's out. He's gonna be out. I like it. That ball is absolutely tattooed. And what a roll! What a roll from Keith McKay!
Flare it up. What a play for Peter McNeil!
For the second time in as many days, welcome into AWA Field as we've got another matchup where it's do or die for one of these squads. The season winding down, and it's time to strike for the Central Cyclones to get ready to take on the Southern Stingers. I'm Trevor Butler, as per usual, joined to my right by Jack Playhouse. And Jack, how you doing today?
Good, you know, it's getting towards the dog days of summer here in the regular season. This is week 8, second game of week 8, and it's going to come to a close pretty quick. We got 3 games this week, 3 games the week after that, and then 3 games after that. So it's going to wrap up pretty quick here, and both these teams need some wins to make sure they're getting some good seeds in the postseason.
And with the Mojo taking 2 of 3 yesterday from the Atlantic Aces, both of these teams see an opening, especially for the Central Cyclones. And we'll take a look at the starting lineup first for those Cyclones.
Jackson Carr, I'm him.
Zane Phillips, Mount Lake Terrace High School.
Max Melendez, Blazers.
Drew Tenzar, University of Washington.
Brock Playhouse, Self-Learning.
Salou Fati, Washington.
And the lineup for the Southern Stingers.
Peter McNeil, Eastern Washington University.
Jordan Rice, University of the Westgate Cougars.
Liam McFeely, Kimball Elementary.
Cole Blevins, Edmonds Woodway High School.
Barrett Carlo, Meadowdale Middle School.
So 2 wins for the Mojo yesterday is going to make them feel a little bit more comfortable coming down to the home stretch of the season. For the Cyclones, what do they need to do to hang around?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Zane Phillips right now, Silver Slugger frontrunner, is going to take a lot for him not to win the award. Jackson Carr right behind him with 2 double-digit home runs. Offense has not been a problem for these Central Cyclones. It's been the pitching. So we'll see. We've seen Drew step in, starting to figure it out, David Gibbons. So we'll see if he can keep finding that stuff, because this Southern Stingers team is very good defensively. It's going to be a tough day for the Cyclones if they want to get it done.
And for the Stingers, they are bogged down in a very tight race in the middle of the standings. A lot of teams within a game or 2 of each other, so this could really go either way. What do you think they need to do today to solidify themselves in these final couple weeks?
Yeah, and on the other side of the spectrum, the Stingers are known for their pitching. So Peter McNeil right now leads the league in ERA. If he can continue that kind of magic against arguably the best offense in the league, they're in good shape for today.
It should be an interesting one. It is hot out here as well. If you thought yesterday was toasty here in the Pacific Northwest, I think it's about 5 or 6 degrees hotter. I thought I saw somewhere that it was in the mid-90s, maybe low 90s earlier today. So that's going to be a little bit of a challenge. I know up here we're sweating. I certainly wouldn't want to be a Cyclone today with those black jerseys. That could really be tough for them. So we have some last-minute warm-ups going on for Peter McNeil, who enters this game 7-6, a 2.02 ERA, and 50 strikeouts on the year. So just took the lead in the ERA race yesterday with Moses Valdez, having a rough couple of outings for the Aces, and they were really caught off guard by the Mojo. It was a Mojo team that was stuck near the bottom. They had just lost Tommy Tickets. He had been injured, so spirits seemed a little bit low, but the Mojo were able to rally and take 2 of 3 in relatively dominant fashion from the top-seeded Aces. So that really opens the door at the top. Your Nighthawks and the Wolfpack right back in contention for that top seed.
Yeah, and we're talking about, the parity of this league. First place right now, for now, is the Aces. They played the only Week 8 game. They got 14 wins. Right behind them, Wolfpack and Northern Nighthawks at 12-9. So all attainable. 2 teams could be in first place, and then looking at the Cyclones on the other end of the spectrum, they're at 7-14, a sweep away from getting right back in this thing. So it's come down to the wire for all the teams.
So this is a big series, and again, we saw Valdez struggle yesterday. So the Cyclones hoping they can do the same to Peter McNeil. So we are about to get things underway. It's going to be Salou Fati leading things off for the Cyclones here on a Wednesday afternoon.
Yeah, and Peter McNeil been very dominant this year, a 2.02 ERA with 50 Ks.
And he starts this one off with 55 up high for strike 1 and quickly has Fati behind 0-2. Kicks and fires. And sits him down on 3 pitches. Peter McNeil, an emphatic opening to this game. 3 straight strikes.
Yeah, and for Peter McNeil, he's always been in the running for Cy Young, one of the veterans of the league. Started in 2020, just hasn't been able to close the job. And the door's wide open for Cy Young after Moses Valdez seemingly thought he was going to be running away with the award. Doors open now for Peter McNeil.
So Jackson Carr, one of the surprise breakout performers this year, steps in and takes strike one inside. As he jams that one up, McNeil comes back off the mound and hauls it in for a quick second out.
Nice job there from Peter McNeil. That's the toughest play to make, I'd say, in this field. As the pitcher going over that mound, we've seen a lot of errors, a lot of injuries trying to make that play.
Now steps in a guy who very well could have hung around in the home run derby a couple days ago, Zane Phillips, who has just been clobbering the ball.
Yeah, Zane Phillips having a historic year. His first in all the Triple Crown categories. And after Peter McNeil started with 5 straight strikes, he does 2 balls. So I think it's kind of in the game plan to pitch around Zane Phillips here today.
This is quite a matchup. The Cy Young frontrunner versus the Silver Slugger frontrunner. And it's going to be advantage Phillips on 4 pitches.
Yeah, and I think Peter was definitely trying to do that there. You can't tell me after 5 straight strikes he was going to throw 4 straight balls to anyone but Zane Phillips.
Yeah, you might as well not risk him. So they'll put him on first. He flashes a sign over to David Gibbons now. And McNeil goes back to work. He misses upstairs for ball 1 there. Finally gets back in the zone as Gibbons swings through 58.
David Gibbons, still kind of a raw player. This is only his 3rd series, hitting 280. He's had a few home runs in the league so far.
He's also pitched very well, I will say.
Ooh.
He's ahead 3-1 here, though. And he'll take a walk. So after back-to-back outs on only 5 pitches, the Cyclones starting to find some life at the plate here in the first inning of game 1.
And those pitches weren't missing by much. It's always tough in the first inning if you're not throwing strikes as a pitcher because the batters are much more reluctant to swing.
And you'll see it here, but both teams today at full strength, so that's pretty exciting. I feel like you don't see that very often. As Max Melendez steps in and takes ball 1 inside.
Max Melendez, the rookie, free swinger, hitting 281 with 5 home runs.
It's a pitcher and pitcher matchup right here. Melendez, as per usual, will be on the hill for the Cyclones. He wears that one off the shoulder and ahead 3-1. 3-1 missed outside. 3 consecutive walks for Peter McNeil. That'll load the bases with 2 away for Salou Fati, who struck out his first time up.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for Peter McNeil, but I guess the good thing for the Stingers is the Cyclones are batting with 5 today, which limits the at-bats of Zane Phillips and Jackson Carr.
McNeil misses up and in. The challenge here, though, is if you can't retire Fati, you will have to see at least Jackson Carr, and you can't pitch around him with the bases loaded. Fati ahead 3-0 now.
We'll see if he's got the green light.
Takes strike 1 on the inside corner there. McNeil trying to work his way back into this one. Drops that in for strike 2. High leverage pitch right here. And he missed upstairs, ball 4. And it'll walk in a run for the Cyclones, who strike first.
Yeah, it's tough. 2 straight outs to begin the game. Then 4 walks right after that. Not the start Peter McNeil envisioned.
And now you've got the meat and potatoes of the Cyclones lineup with Carr and Phillips going back to back. Carr takes strike 1.
Wow.
That's gnarly at 56. The 0-2. Missed upstairs, ball 1. 1-2. Just missed again. It's 2-2. And Carr's going to go down swinging. The Cyclones get 1, but strand the bases loaded. 1-0 your score. Stingers looking to respond.
So Liam McFeely will lead it off, and Liam, after 2 weeks off, star rookie for the Stingers. They've missed his offensive production. He's hitting .465 with 5 home runs and 20 RBIs.
First pitch to him is grounded foul the other way for strike one.
And on the other side of it, Max Melendez has had his ups and downs pitching as a rookie in the league. And he's got some great movements, some great pitches, but, you know, battling the speed check has really affected his ability to locate.
Leaves that one outside and pushes McFeely ahead. As he lines one center field, welcome back. Shaking off the rust, Liam McFeely on a line to center field, and we're tied.
Yeah, unfortunately for the Cyclones, this is kind of the story we've seen all year. They get a little bit of a lead going, lose it immediately.
An emphatic way to return after a couple weeks off. So Jordan Rice will step in now, and the Stingers can now try and search for the lead. That was a pretty nice pitch, caught the top part of the zone. 1-1 is outside. Two 2-1 missed once again, and Rice is ahead 3-1. And he'll take a walk. So with nobody gone, the first two hitters have gotten aboard for the Stingers, one via the homer and one via a 5-pitch walk.
Now Peter McNeil will step in, having one of his better years offensively. .429 average, 5 home runs, 16 RBIs. Gets nailed there.
1-0 now.
Here's a nice pitch.
That was McNeil. Had to move out of the way of it at first, but it breaks back into the zone. That one looked good, but it was 62. 1-1 on the way. Swings through 62 again.
Getting that speed up early.
This one peppered out towards center. Rice is going to dig around for third. Carr holds his fire. It'll be first and third with nobody away. The second base hit of the inning for the Stingers.
Nice job from Peter McNeil there, going oppo on the 60-mile-per-hour pitch. I was talking to him, and he does like the heaters. Says it's better for his timing.
So Barrett Carlo stepping in now. Takes 58 way outside for ball one. And that's the pitch that seems to be working pretty well for Max Melendez.
62?
Yep.
That one was 62, the 1-1. Holds off.
And Barrett Carlo coming off his best series last week. 2 home runs.
Ducks out of the way there.
What is it, 3-0?
3-1 hitters count on the way. And he'll tap it foul to move the count full 3-2. Payoff pitch from Melendez. Little
off his body.
Swing.
Would have counted it because it would have been cool, but in the foul ball zone.
So we'll try things again from a full count after the little tapper. 3-2. He wears this one off the back, takes a walk, and loads the bases up with nobody away.
This is not what the Cyclones wanted to start this game with. Bases loaded, no outs. Cole Blevins will step in.
Melendez fires home, and it's in there for strike one.
Cole Blevins having a quietly productive year. 3 home runs, .255 average, 8 RBIs.
Took a big swing at that, but it was 62.
Was it 62?
It's tough because
Peppered center field. That's going to get down. One run will score. Tough play. They tried to flip it at Carlo. McNeil is going to come home from third. Heads up base running from the Stingers. As it looks like David Gibbons tried to underhand flip it to try and get Barrett Carlo out. It does not work out for him. 2 runs score, and it's 3-1.
Saying it's tough if your pitches aren't moving as much side to side. Because when you're throwing those fastballs, that's where you get the velo picked up. The more break you have, the harder you can throw it.
And it was a relatively wise flip from Gibbons as the 3-0 was pushed foul the other way. Of course, yesterday we saw Aaron Schofield dancing around over by first base and getting tagged out, so not that bad of an idea as McFeely takes a walk and loads the bases again.
Yeah, it's still no outs. Stingers have historically had one of the worst offenses in the league.
So it's back to Jordan Rice as he takes strike 1 here. Leave that one up high for ball 1 and even the count.
See, it's not even like Max Melendez is that wild. He's just leaving some in the zone for these Stingers to hit. 18 balls to 11 strikes already in the first inning.
3-1.
It's a nice pitch.
In there, strike 2 broke right at the perfect time. Payoff pitch from Melendez. It's blasted left side off the wall. 1 run will score. Everybody moves up 40 feet. They had to tag and hold, but it drops in at the base of the wall and another run scores. It's 4-1.
2 more runs would end this inning. And I know they want to save David Gibbons for games 2 and 3, but that
off the end of the bat, fair ball. Oh. Everybody slips and falls.
I think he got him there. But didn't hit it.
Yeah, hit the hot tub.
Hit the hot tub. It'll be safe, but wasn't time.
I mean, it passed home before him, but hit hot tub.
That's unfortunate there. Yeah, would have been out if it hit the backstop.
So another run will score. And it's 5-1. A hit off the knob of the bat for Peter McNeil. Any means necessary, and it works out for him. It's 5-1. So with the bases loaded and still nobody out, we'll see if Barrett Carlo gets the green light. Another run would end this inning, but they're looking to maximize it with a grand slam. Carlo pulls it left side. That's going to score a run.
That'll end the inning.
And that will end the inning. Rice comes trotting home. 1 run will score. That'll. Jordan Rice getting in some extra cardio to end the inning. 6-1 as we head to the second. Work to do for the Cyclones.
Hell yeah, let's go. It ain't count? No, 6 runs is the cap, I guess. Even
Top of the second on the way, and that 1-0 lead the Cyclones held has suddenly evaporated. A 5-run Stingers advantage, and Peter McNeil will go back to work facing home run leader Zane Phillips.
Yeah, and I'm hoping Peter doesn't look at that lead and say, hey, I'm going to give some lob balls to Zane, and so far it looks like he's not trying to do too many pitches towards the zone.
Seems that the Stingers are giving him that Barry Bonds treatment. Not trying to pitch toward him, because that's what happens when you do. A frozen rope out to left field. Phillips holds up at first. And the Silver Slugger frontrunner continues to stay on a tear.
Yeah, all things considered, that's great there for Peter McNeil. Anything less than a home run with Zane Phillips in is a win.
So David Gibbons will step back in now. Nobody out with a man sitting on first.
It's a nasty pitch right there. Throws that curveball in high 50s territory.
Gibbons stays alive, pokes that foul. 1-2. Got him at 57 for the first out of the inning. Peter McNeil trying to solidify himself as that Cy Young frontrunner.
And it's gonna be tough, but I like his game plan so far. He's pitching around the big threats, Zane Phillips, Jackson Carr, going right after the other batters in the Cyclones lineup.
So Max Melendez will step in now and take strike one. As that misses upstairs. Poke center field, tough play. McFeely, he's gonna watch it go. Max Melendez gets 2 runs back, leaves the yard, and makes this a 3-run ball game at 6-3.
And that's the thing about these hot games. Flick of the wrist, anything can go out. That's the 6th home run of the year for Max Melendez.
Keep your hands back a little bit.
What I was gonna say before that homer is that the interesting case with Peter McNeil is coming into this week and coming into this 3 games in 3 days set that we have going on, as Fatih swings through that one. Moses Valdez wasn't just the favorite, he was the overwhelming favorite. There was a poll sent out on Instagram by the AWA into the Wifflers group chat for a lot of the fans. Of the 170 so votes, 112 said that Moses Valdez would win the Cy Young as that drops in for strike 3.
Yeah, and I mean, it's the Cy Young. I mean, just with pitching later in the season with the hot weather, you can kind of see the ERAs get elevated a little bit on all the starting pitching across the league. And it might just come down to, out of the big 3 categories, strikeouts, whip, and ERA, which pitcher has 2 of the 3.
So 2 away now for the Cyclones as Jackson Carr steps in and takes ball 1. Peppers one center field, a frozen rope again. Jackson Carr smokes one out to center, and we've got a game at 6-4.
Jackson Carr continuing his unlikely season, 11th home run of the year, 27 RBIs. Before this, his career high in home runs was 7. We're only in week 8.
And you're not out of the woods yet if you're Peter McNeil, because now you've got to see Zane Phillips again. Oh, and 1 to him is tagged foul, and he's behind 0-2.
Yeah, this Cyclones team likes to stick around.
And it's like you said in the pregame, they have a very potent offense. So if you are Peter McNeil, you can't get caught off guard when you're pitching with an advantage.
First time I've seen a knuckleball from Peter McNeil.
2-2 pitch. Grounded left side, Rice comes on, flips to first in time to get him. A great haul in from Barrett Carlo. As Peter McNeil went all the way to the ground. We head to the bottom of the 2nd. Stingers looking to extend their lead once again at 6-4.
That thing sped up on me halfway through. All right. Get some more runs, boy.
Cole Blevins will lead off the bottom of the 2nd. Singled his first time up, and he'll swing through the first pitch of this at bat for strike 1.
Cole knocked in a pair of ribbies. Currently it is 2.
6 runs without making an out in the first for the Stingers, and Blevins is behind 1-2. Grounded left side, Gibbons is there. Throw to first, it's going to get by. Blevins will hold up at first. He went for second. Now he goes for third. I don't think he knows he's going to have to go all the way back.
Cole. Cole. It hit the brick. You're first. Yeah.
Perplexed to find this out, but Cole Blevins will take the walk back across the infield. The loneliest walk in wiffle ball right there.
You know, got to appreciate the effort there, but veteran like Cole should know if it hits the brick, you're limited to a single.
It can't hurt to try. So back to the top of the order with McFeely. He'll jam one. Caught for the first out of the day for the Cyclones.
Well, you can't get an out until you get your first one. So that's a good start here for Max Melendez in the bottom of the second.
Now he'll face Jordan Rice, who takes strike one to open this at bat. 1 for 1 with a walk and a single thus far. That one was at 62.
It's tough.
Rice with a nice little putt back to Melendez, and he'll send that one towards center field and out to the base of the wall. Everybody moves up 40 feet. Jordan Rice slaps a base hit single, and there's 2 aboard.
Yeah, and Jordan Rice started the year off pretty rough offensively. He's got his average all the way up to 381, pushing 400. Big turnaround over the last couple weeks.
It's back to Peter McNeil as that first pitch just barely catches the top of the zone.
Peter having a quality day, 2 singles. 61, nope. Say no pitch.
0-1. This one at 57 certainly went around. Melendez looking for a punch out here. Won't pick it up though.
Perfect, thank you. We got one.
We got one?
Now the 1-2 pitch. 61 saved by the speed check is Peter McNeil.
Good news is Max is finding the zone more consistently, so that's a plus.
1-2 once more. Tagged foul, and McNeil continues to stay alive. Got him with the high pitch at 59 for the second out of the inning.
Stingers already have 8 hits today.
Melendez now looking for a way out of this and looking to keep this ball game at 2 as we head to the top of the third, but he's still got to get Barrett Carlo out.
Oof. Nasty pitch right there.
1-2 from Melendez. Missed outside, moves the count back even. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the bottom of the second, 2 on in a 2-run ball game. Deuce is wild. Full count pitch, swung through strike 3. Melendez escapes the jam as we head to the third here in game 1. It's a 2-run ball game, 6-4. So the Cyclones with 3 outs to play with here in game 1. Peter McNeil looking to put a bow on a series opening victory. As David Gibbons looks to spark something, he's quickly ahead 2-0. He can make that 3. Gibbons looking to walk himself aboard to open up this third inning. And he'll do just that on 4 pitches.
Just like that, the tying run comes to the plate. Cyclones desperately need to win this series, give themselves a shot.
And Max Melendez homered last time up, a 2-run shot, so he's looking for another one of those here to bring this game level.
Jordan Rice talking over some strategy.
Melendez wears that off the leg area for ball one.
And also, keep in mind if the heat might be somewhat affecting Peter McNeil here. I was out there throwing around earlier. It's tough. It's hot.
Melendez a hearty hack there. It's 2-2. McNeil misses upstairs. 3-2 pitch.
Wow.
Got him. Strike 3, and there's 1 down.
It's a clutch strikeout right there from Peter McNeil. Huge breaking ball for the first out of the inning. If he can get Salou out right here, he's got a chance to get through this inning without facing Zane Phillips, which would be ideal.
That is definitely the goal. Jackson Carr can make you pay on his own, but sometimes you got to pick the lesser of two evils, as that's fouled back to us. Nearly gave Jack another opportunity to make a great catch, as Fatigue goes down swinging on 3 pitches. And now a very high leverage at bat for Jackson Carr here in game 1. Like we said in the pregame show, the Cyclones need to stack wins right now to try and stay alive in this postseason hunt. With only 6 games to play for the Mojo, the Cyclones need to start winning. Carr tags it foul. He's behind 0-2. Grounded left side, skips off McNeil. Great recovery, throw to first. A close play over there at first. We'll have to take a look at the replay. It was a great play.
Let's go.
And he's out.
He's out at first to end the ball game. Peter McNeil with a gem on the hill to deliver the throw to first and end this one. Stingers survive and take game 1 6-4.
Honestly, I probably should have let you have it. I was going to put is that the game? So you want to go first? Doesn't matter. Your same lineup? Flop, Cole, and Barrett. Yeah, I'll go another.
Can I grab you for an interview, dog?
Me?
Liam.
Liam, okay.
Where is the boy?
Jackie, lineup.
What does that mean?
So after his game 1 performance, Liam McFeely is along first base with the greatest sideline reporter of all time, Roberts.
Tell Shane to fix the mic. Seriously? That was a fake X-ray. Yeah, I did an X-ray in 1 day. There we go. Yeah,
We are experiencing some technical difficulties with Robert's mic. We will have an interview with Liam McFeely soon.
Jordan and I. So have him pitch and then I'll play third. And then
Lineups getting set here for the second game, and like we said earlier, it is really do or die time now for the Cyclones, who are a couple games back of the Mojo coming in, and now we'll need to win these next 2 games to match what they did yesterday against the Aces. So a tall task for the Central Cyclones as they fight to stay alive in this playoff race.
Yeah, Cyclones now at 7-15.
And it looks like Robert's mic is fixed, so we'll kick it down to him.
All right, Liam, tell me about how the weather is affecting you guys, especially offensively.
You know, it's pretty hot out. I think the ball's really flying out of the park today. Saw a few home runs, so I'm hoping it can help our offense keep rolling here in this second game.
Yeah, talk about those home runs that you guys have been able to hit so far.
Yeah, well, it felt good. I've been off for a couple of weeks, so was nice to get back in there, find a pitch I could hit that first at bat, put it over the fence. So it always builds the confidence, and the rest of the guys came through. You love scoring 6 runs in the first inning. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely. All right. Good luck in game 2 and 3. All right, back to the booth, guys.
So it looks like the Cyclones will go right back to Max Melendez, who had 1 good inning, 1 rough inning. But his ERA sitting at 8.11, which is not great.
And he'll have a tall task now, fresh off an interview. Liam McFeely is going to step in to open things up here in game number 2.
Bro, I need to not go viral from that shit.
Haley, do it before they step in. I know, just, you know, it's better than
Getting some last-second walk-up adjustments here, so McFeely will step in. First pitch of game 2. It's pulled the other way, right to Zane Phillips. 1 pitch and 1 out for Max Melendez.
Already a fantastic start compared to game 1, where he gave up 6 runs and no outs. Now just 1 pitch, 1 out.
Certainly bodes well. A positive omen. So that's 61. 62 and through 2 pitches so far. Rice hasn't seen a single one technically. Still a 0-0 count.
Wow.
Drops in at 57. There's strike 1.
Great start here.
0-1 sent back up the middle. Melendez lost track of it. Throw to first, not in time. Skipped in the dirt. A 1-out single for Jordan Rice.
Good job, Jordan.
And that's why you always tell the pitchers, drop those balls. Pause. When the ball's coming right back at you, because it causes some issues, as you can see right there.
I wasn't going to say anything. 0-1 misses behind McNeil.
Pierre had a nice start in game 1. 2 hits.
I had 3-1 here.
Cut his average up to 438. It's like looking like the old wiffle ball days with Pierre McNeil.
Popped up right side. Fatih makes the grab, and there's 2 down. So it'll be Barrett Carlo with 2 away, and a runner sitting on first. Melendez looking for a undamaged first inning after the trouble in game 1. Popped up just over the booth. It'll settle in the dirt behind us. As Carlo did a good job of getting the bat out of the way there. Nearly caught the bat on the back end. And Melendez is arguing he did, but nobody but him heard it, so.
Yeah.
Some selective listening from Max Melendez. 2-1 on the way. Pulled left side. Wow. Phillips makes the play, flips to first. Wow. A very nice play over there at the hot corner from Zane Phillips, and the Cyclones get out of the inning without allowing anything. We head to the bottom of the first, still 0s on the scoreboard.
So Jordan Rice will be out on the mound in game number 2, and Jordan Rice rocking a 5 flat ERA, 17 Ks, 3.2 whip.
The AI doesn't know how to say it.
We'll see Salute Fatih to open things up. I'm surprised they're gonna decide not to rock with McNeil for 2 games in a row? Maybe they're saving him for game 3?
Yeah, and I think, you know, 4 runs in game 1, which isn't much for AWA standards, but Cyclones were starting to see him pretty well, so I like the decision from the captain to go to Jordan Rice in game 2. Change the sight line for these Cyclones hitters.
First pitch to Fatih is swung through for strike 1, and that's how Rice begins his day. One of the taller players in the league.
Wow.
He fires 3 pitches home and retires Fatih for the first out of the inning.
And that was a nasty knuckleball on that 3rd pitch. Jordan Rice just peppering the zone here early, daring the Cyclones to take him deep. Might not want to try that strategy here. Jordan Rice, or Jackson Carr, 11 home runs on the year. Good enough for 3rd in the league.
Fires home. Sent right field. He sure did try it, and Jackson Carr made him pay. Out to right field, and the Cyclones are on the board first, just like in game 1.
Jackson Carr, 12 home runs, 1 home run away from tying Philip Thomas of the Nighthawks for 2nd place. And obviously, they're all chasing this guy right here with 18.
You just got done facing McGuire. Now you got to see Sosa. And Zane Phillips goes back-to-back. A bomb out to left center field, and it's doubled up 2-0 Cyclones.
19 home runs on the year for Zane Phillips, and I think Deere McNeil's talking to him there like, hey, dude, just walk up. I know you peppered the zone in that first at-bat, but those 2 hitters, you can't do that. And we saw what happened there.
So David Gibbons will step in now and take the 2nd pitch of the at-bat outside. He jumps ahead 2-1 here after swinging through the first pitch of the at-bat. 2-1 is fouled back, and it's 2-2. So back-to-back homers off the bat of 2 of the most potent sluggers in this league. Have the Cyclones at a 2-0 advantage. They're looking to even this series at a game apiece. As Gibbons goes down swinging on 5 pitches. 2 away from Max Melendez, who spun a scoreless top of the 1st. Takes that one inside, ball 1.
That was one I wanted.
And Max Melendez, what a pretty quality offensive year, 6 home runs, 16 RBIs. If he can just figure out the pitching side of things, this Cyclones team could be a little more dangerous in future years.
And I just noticed that Jordan Rice is wearing cleats out there.
How dare he?
Two and one, swung through, 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Pulled left side, McNeil bobbled it around, but gobbles it up in time. Blevins can't quite hang on, though, and Melendez will be safe over at first.
For a second, I thought I was going to hit him, but his foot was on the base beforehand.
So back to the top of the order with Salou Fatih. Goes the other way with 1, but it hooks foul at the last second.
Max Melendez playing a little screen there on Cole Blevins.
Thought Blevins would have tried to lay out for it. That one doesn't break enough, and it's 1-1. Fatih swings through, it's 1-2. That one just slipped out of the hand of Rice. Didn't end up where he wanted it. A 2-2 though, up high, swung through strike 3. Cyclones get a couple though. We head to the second, 2-0 your score.
No, you're good. I think I chased too much. Or I don't know. needed enough to get out of the way.
Yep. Look alive, boys.
Cole Blevins swings at the first pitch of the inning and grounds out to Zane Phillips. One pitch and one out here in the top of the second.
Seen a few quality plays from Zane Phillips over there, one of the more underrated parts of his game. It's a big plus when you got a guy like Zane Phillips over at third base helping your pitcher out.
So back to the top of the lineup with Liam McFeely. He leaves ball one inside. Cyclones have struck first in both game 1 and 2. We'll see if this second game bodes a little better for them as compared to game 1. As McFeely takes a one-out walk.
Nice job to take those pitches, not swinging anything too crazy, get on base. Jordan Rice, who's 1 for 1 with a single, only hit of the day for the Stingers. Game.
In fact, the only base runner of this game so far. Granted, it is only the second inning, so we've only had 6 batters come to the plate. Grounded left side. Phillips gobbles it up, but sails it over the head of Fati. Going to third is McFeely. It'll be runners on the corners with only 1 away.
It's about ready to hype up Zane there, saying he's a vacuum. Even vacuums make mistakes sometimes.
I can confirm that the $20 vacuum I had in my dorm room this year made quite a few mistakes. Jam shot sent over to Gibbons, race to second. He'll be in time to get Rice, but McFeely comes home from third.
Yeah, that's a tough situation there for Jordan Rice. Wasn't sure if he was supposed to stay or go. Good news for Pierre McNeils. He does get the RBI.
Wait, that wasn't 62? 93? I know.
The radar just read 93 on that pitch.
It wasn't 60, I know that.
I'm not sure what that was. I wonder what the conversion would be of 93 miles an hour from this mound. How far is this mound?
40-ish feet. I think a little bit less than 40. I want to say 38 or 39. It'd be like 140, I think.
Carlo takes strike 3 looking. That'll end the inning. The Stingers get 1 back, but nothing more as we head to the bottom of the second. Cyclones looking for insurance.
I was squatching. We gotta get more anyway.
Do what you do best.
So Jackson Carr will lead off in the bottom of the second inning. Went looking around during the break to try and see if I could find that official conversion for 93 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Doesn't even list it. That's how absurdly high that would be. So I think it would probably be right around that 140 mile an hour mark. This Carr grounds one up the middle. Tough play. McFeely thrown out in time, and Carr will settle into first with a leadoff single.
What a tough play there for Liam McFeely regardless. Had to throw a perfect dot.
Everyone hits the same.
And we'll see Jordan Rice approaches this at bat now.
I think you've just got to walk him, really.
Ideally.
First pitch upstairs at 54, and he may just opt to do that, especially behind in the count 2-0.
It's a little close right there.
Phillips went after it, says I'm going to swing anyway.
Good hold.
Holds off. It's a 3-1 hitter's count. As expected, Rice will give him a free pass.
Smart choice right there. Learned the hard way against Jackson Carr and Zane Phillips in the first inning. Luckily, it was only 2 solo home runs.
Go up there and let him
Stingers
play.
very much still alive in this one, only trailing by a run. Jordan Rice is going to look to keep it that way and give his team the opportunity to retake the lead in the third. As Gibbons hits that on a rope and deposits it in the club 65.
Ball was a wall scraper, but it counts just the same. Second career home for David Gibbons, who joined this team about 3 weeks ago. Cyclones have a nice little lead now, 5-1.
And he says you can pitch around Phillips and Carr, but you can't do it forever. And that's the thing with this Cyclones team. Their pitching is an issue, and if they get that figured out, they almost instantly become contenders just because of how potent this offense is. Any one of these guys in this lineup can really make you pay. And Melendez is ahead 3-0. He'll blast one left side, skips off the hands of McNeil, and he'll eat it. Swinging 3-0 for Max Melendez, and it pays off as he's aboard with a single.
Nice job, though, from Peter McNeil to knock that down. Could have run into some trouble there. Was hit pretty dang hard down the third base line.
Back to the top of the order was Salou Fatih, who is 0 for 2 thus far with a couple of punch-outs.
He's had a bit of a rough day today so far.
Ahead 2-1 in the count here, though, with a prime opportunity to find himself aboard. That one missed outside. It's going to be 3-1 to him. Green light on, but can't connect with 54, and the count runs full. Thought about it, holds off, takes a walk, and there's 2 men aboard. Still nobody out. Here in the bottom of the second, Cyclones looking to continue extending this advantage.
And any home run would end the inning, 6-run cap. You see Peter McNeil, you know, obviously first game 4 earned runs, which wasn't his standard. You can see right here the Cyclones are tearing up Jordan Rice quite a bit, who's a very solid pitcher. Just shows how good this Cyclones offense really is.
One driven right side off the wall. Everybody moves up 40 feet. Melendez holds at third. Wisely decides not to test Blevins over there at first, but it's bases loaded still with nobody out. And now there's nowhere to put Zane Phillips.
If there's ever a time to give someone the Barry Bonds treatment, now is the time.
I guess this would be the perfect Barry Bonds treatment. Lines one over the head of McNeil. 1 run scores. Fatih hangs up at third. A 1-run single makes it 6-1 Cyclones.
You know, not the worst case scenario there for the Stingers.
David Gibbons chops that fair. McNeil bobbles it around. Everybody's going to be safe.
I think that's 5.
It's tough. Peter knew he had to go quick to get home. Unfortunately, just couldn't make the grab. Another run will score, so that's 5 runs in the inning.
So Max Melendez will step in now with an opportunity to wrap this inning up. He's looking for a grand slam. Swings at that one, it's 2-2. Gonna leave that one inside, count goes full. Takes it upstairs, takes a walk, makes it a 6-run inning and wraps up the bottom of the second. Lots of work to do for the Stingers, who need 7 to tie and 8 to take the lead as we head to the top of the third.
Good D then. Good D, boys. Let's bring the D.
So Cole Blevins will lead off here in the top of the third inning. Max Melendez looking to wrap this second game up nicely. As Blevins chops at 63.
May want to know.
That one broke up high, and Blevins had to duck out of the way.
What's the count right now?
2-0 pitch. Tapped foul. This one at 58 will count, and it's 2-1. Thought about it, but holds off a hitter's count 3-1 to Cole Blevins.
It's 3-1 Cole. First one was a screw up.
So we try again after the speed check, and he'll wear it for ball 4. A leadoff walk to Cole Blevins, who I don't think knew the count.
If he went through there on the swing, would have been a strike.
So back to the top of the order with Liam McFeely, and he'll look to continue moving things along. Grounds one foul to open this at bat at 58. Oh, and one misses up high. And that one stays inside. McFeely jumps ahead 2-1.
Real windy.
Holds off again.
Felt good though.
3-1 hitters count. Missed outside, back-to-back walks to open up the third from Max Melendez.
And it's a tall task for the Stingers team to get back into this game, but 2 straight walks starting to give some hope to the Stingers team. And we've seen some rough losses for the Cyclones this year. Not out of the question.
That Pilots loss from a week or so ago sticks out. They entered the final inning up 6-0.
Yeah, that was tough. This inning, he had 7 runs to work with.
One of the better comebacks you'll ever see. Two-1 to Rice. Upstairs, and it's 3-1. So that just catches the low inside corner to bring the count full 3-2.
I just don't want to step on it.
Jordan Rice wisely knocking that ball out of the way.
Wow.
3-2 at 59, froze him for the first out of the inning. And a big one to pick up for Max Melendez.
Huge strikeout right there.
Avoids loading the bases.
Yeah. Especially with Pierre McNeil up. He's having a great season.
First pitch inside for ball 1. As he takes a healthy cut at 59 up high. Does the same, but this one is at 62, so no pitch. McNeil steps out, regroups.
Let's count. 1-1.
1-1.
Melendez the 1-1 pitch. Popped foul, but it was 61. 62, 3 straight speed checks for Max Melendez. This one upstairs for ball 2.
That was a harder pitch than all those last 3.
2-1 waved at 58. Melendez working from a 2-2 count here, 1 away in the top of the third. Poked the other way. Melendez out onto the concrete, had to slam on the brakes, couldn't quite make the grab. he's not a fan of that.
Yeah, it's a little scary over there. Always worried some of the more reckless players are just going to be running through stuff, but he avoids the traffic.
Look out in the production booth. 2-2 again. Fouled again. With the speed checks, we've got to be north of 10 pitches at this point. And would you believe it? Another foul ball. Still in a 2-2 count. Melendez misses upstairs to bring the count full. Kicks and fires. And McNeil will wear it, and he's going to win quite a battle. Loads the bases with one away and puts the bat in Barrett Carlo's hands with a chance to bring the Stingers right back into this one with one out.
The walks will always keep you in it. 4 walks so far for Max Melendez in this game. Stingers only have 2 hits in game 2.
Called games at school with a former pitcher, and his big thing was emphasizing how these free passes will kill you, and it's rearing its head right here for Max Melendez, who's behind 3-0. And he'll issue a 4-pitch walk. It'll bring a run around and make it a 6-run ball game. So still a cushion for Melendez, but he's going to need a couple crucial outs here.
Yeah, and it's, you know exactly what's going to happen with a walk. So you may as well just throw some strikes, get the ball in play. Your team's been making some good defensive plays all day.
This one roped down the first base line. Fatih steps on the bag, a run scores.
Perfect, 2 outs. 2 outs, that's what we want.
But the Cyclones pick up the second out of the inning. A heads-up play from Salou Fatih just to make the easy play. And the Stingers down to their final out here in game 2.
But what if I did? Like I'm on the base and I kick it? Yeah. And I want to advance it or what? No. I'm safe on the base.
A little discussion going on here between Carlo and McNeil. Not sure what about.
Someone put some weed in his thing.
Back to the top of the order with Liam McFeely, and he'll leave the first pitch low for ball 1. As he fans at 59.
Trying to make it a 6-8 ball game with that swing.
That didn't break for shit.
Ahead 2-1 now. And he'll make it 3 and a hitter's count. And he'll take the walk, so McFeely keeps the ball game going, loads the bases once again. And the tying run is now in the hole for the Stingers. Trailing by 5 runs with 2 outs here in the top of the final inning of game 2. First pitch misses low, ball 1. Second pitch grounded left side. Phillips comes up firing, can't make the throw. 1 run scores. Here comes Carlo, throw to the plate. We'll have
on
to
the
take a
field
look
is safe, but we'll take a look at the replay.
1 run scored for third. Fatih wisely comes up firing.
And I think just have to go call on the field. It looks like it's pretty close. So it'll be safe at home.
A call on the field stands, and the tying run now comes to the plate in an 8-5 ball game. The Stingers have clawed their way back into this one.
Can we get the score check?
And now Peter McNeil is the tying run. A little excuse me tapper.
No.
That was very close. We're going to have to look at a replay there.
And now
I think that adjustment there just gave him a chance there to step in there.
What's the call?
He's safe again right there. It's where he touches the foot. So if you go back,
is it a fair ball?
First step, keep going back.
It's a fair ball. We're just looking to see if the play at home was safe or not.
I think that's safe right there by a foot.
I think the problem is that we're obscured by the program box, but I can't tell whether the foot.
No, yeah, his first foot was in.
So there's the corner. You're looking one more time.
Yeah, I like that call. I like the foul ball. I did get it for across the line.
Am I at first?
Is that not right here? Is that not the mark right there with the ball? Right here?
I'm looking for chalk. I think it's a little
There's a little mark.
So he's going to be safe at home after much deliberation. And this one continues. Barrett Carlo now representing the go-ahead run.
Don't put that down.
A couple close plays that have not gone the way of the Cyclones as Carlo smokes that one foul.
Zane Phillips, third base, just can't believe it.
And this is primarily all come with 2 outs in the inning. Carlo pops one up. Melendez comes on, but can't get there in time.
Hey, Barrett, you own that box.
That's twos.
Didn't sound very convincing.
So a 2-2 count with 2 outs in a 2-run ball game here in game 2. It's not the second inning, so it can't be deuces wild though. As that stays outside and the count is full. 3-2 pitch on the way. Got him swinging. Cyclones survive. The Stingers mounted a late rally but come up just short as the Cyclones level this series. 8-6 the final in game 2.
Thanks. Good range. Appreciate it.
We feeling that good.
Who had?
I think so. What is the...
Dude, that actually killed me.
Yeah.
That killed me. Foul ball. Actually, you're fouling him off as well.
I know. I was like, when I started getting you out there, I'm like, I'm taking
You want to do one?
I mean, like I said, there's a good pitch.
Yeah.
And there's an argument that you can hit. Where?
Faster.
It goes far.
Jackson or Zane? Go talk to Molly. Yeah. What's your lineup? David pitching?
Same with David pitching. We're going back to our game 1 lineup.
Yeah.
Wait, except Cole will be playing first.
Well, back to that thing.
Yeah.
So we've got Molly, who's down the first baseline with Jackson Carr after his game 2 performance.
Thank you, guys. What's up, everyone? How is that for an end to our game 2 here tonight? I'm joined on the sidelines with Jackson Carr of the Cyclones. Jackson, walk us through what was going on here in game 2 tonight.
We were just hitting really well. We got their second pitcher out there, so just took advantage.
Now, how can we expect, we're at sort of a midpoint, leaning towards the end of the season here. How do you guys expect to keep this momentum going?
We're just kind of picking up momentum right now. We're fighting for the playoffs. We just got to keep hitting. Mac is pitching really well. He's figuring it out. So, yeah.
You know, it's always a grind out there, especially for those of you watching online. It might not be obvious, but today is the hottest day on record. Well, maybe not on record, but this year so far in Seattle, and we are roasting out here. So, Jackson, how are we going to come out on top here in game 3?
It's a really pretty day. Hopefully continue what we did last game.
All right, we look forward to seeing it. You know, around here in AWA, it's dingers or nothing. I'll send it back up to Jack and the Pete to get us started for game 3. Thanks, Jackson.
Good boy.
Get this boy off our field, though. Oh, these guys.
So Salou Fati opens up game 3 by swinging, and Peter McNeil nearly had a untimely meetup with a tree.
Yeah, that was a little close for comfort there. Pretty nimble today.
And Fati behind 0-2. Stingers looking to take this series. Cyclones looking to match what the Mojo did yesterday.
Yeah, Stingers fighting to get back to 500. Cyclones fighting for playoff hopes.
That drops in at 56 to open the ball game. Another strikeout for Peter McNeil.
And the Cyclones aren't mathematically eliminated just yet, but they want to be in control of their destiny. I think if they go on a little run here in the last 3 weeks of the season, win every series, they will secure their invitation to the postseason, but that's a big if.
McNeil going right after Carr. 1-1 pitch is swung through, kept it just under the speed limit at 59. Carr thought about taking a hack for a brief second. 2-2 grounded right side. Blevins scoops it up and steps on the bag. There's 2 away.
Nice job there from Cole Blevins. Calm and collected there. It's always a little intimidating fielding a ground ball. You got a base runner running right at you.
So now comes the interesting choice with 2 outs. Do you go after Zane Phillips, or do you issue him first base?
I think we all know the correct answer here if you're a Stingers pitcher.
So far, it seems that Peter McNeil also knows the correct answer. Induces a swing right there, though.
Yeah, and kind of the thing is, too, you know, guys like Zane Phillips, Mark Campanero, they want to swing. They don't want to walk. As you can see right there.
2-2 pitch. Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
Got him to watch it. Strike 3 called, and the Cyclones go down in order in the first.
Get that Yankee shit out of here.
Your throat is hurting? Oh, I was going to say mine is too. It's about the dust, huh? Mine too. I think it's the dust.
So David Gibbons will be on the mound for the Cyclones. And his 7.62 ERA doesn't really give him justice. He's been improving greatly after kind of getting messed up in the first 2 weeks of the season. Last week he started shoving a bit. He might be the key for this Cyclones team if they want to make a playoff push. He's coming right at you. There's both these Cyclones pitchers will have a lot of speed checks.
So it'll be Gibbons versus McFeely to open things up. And as you guys might know, I have a penchant for baseball stories. And Peter McNeil just struck out 2 of 3 hitters. And they played the Yankee whistle here at the ballpark. Found out a little while back that that is not a noise that is exclusive to their ballpark as we get ready to get things going. That is not exclusive to Yankee Stadium. That is the jingle of a computer repair company in the Northeast called PC Richard & Son. Yeah. So for a while, that's been a sponsorship, and you know, it's been such a good sponsorship that it found its way into MLB The Show and everything. Grounded right side, Fati will step on first and retire McFeely.
Well, I gotta say, it's a good sponsorship, but I had no idea where it came from.
Apparently it's like exclusive to the Northeast, so like everybody out there knows what it's about and nobody else does. Yeah. I think I was watching a YouTube video about, it was like the weirdest giveaways in hockey for some reason. And apparently this PC Richard and Son company gave away like some plushies at a New York Islanders game. And at one point in that video, they played the jingle, and I was like, I recognize that. So Jordan Rice will step in here, working from a 1-1 count, grounds one left side. Gibbons waits for it to go fair, but can't quite make the throw to Fati. It'll run behind the house, and Rice will take second.
It looked like it was close at potentially hitting Jordan Rice there, just missed him.
So he'll trot into second.
Yeah, and usually on those plays as a pitcher, you want to just touch that ball immediately in the foul ball zone. Just make it a strike.
McNeil fouls that one back at 58. McNeil swings through, and the count moves back even 2-2 on the way now. Looking to drive in Rice from second. And he's going to be saved by the speed check 61 there.
That's tough right there.
Two and two stays outside for ball 3.
Wow.
And it'll catch the high inside corner. Beautiful placement from David Gibbons. Doing his best Greg Maddux impression right there.
Perfect placement, upper inside of the zone. Would have been tough to make contact with regardless.
There's somebody last night in the All-Star game that pinpointed a pitch that went away directly on the corner. I'm forgetting who it was, but they used the ABS system to figure it out. I was a big fan of that last night, the ABS. 1-1 on the way. Grounded left side. Phillips goes over, tosses the first. The argument is that he was off the bag.
I did see his foot move. We do need to look at this replay.
Colin Field is out. We'll see if he stayed on the bag though.
I just couldn't stay on it the whole time.
Doesn't look like it.
I stayed as long as I needed to. Safe.
He did in fact come off the bag.
Foot came off the bag.
Oh, shut up. How much you paying him? He just said out.
Well, that's
what instant replay is for. I didn't know they just put one off the bag.
Where are you, Jason?
Yeah.
You're regretting coach trying to get put you in the field now, huh?
No, I'm gonna make him right.
All right.
Put it on top of the shelf.
Get your get back.
This is a gimme right.
Yeah, it's definitely tough, but.
So the ruling is going to be safe. And it's going to be 2 on with 2 gone for Cole Blevins. Cyclones looking for the old ball don't lie mentality here. So that drops out of the zone, and Blevins goes ahead 2-1. Big hack to move the count level. 2-2 pitch. Got him swinging. And the play at first doesn't even matter. Zeros on the scoreboard through 1.
What is going on right now? Who's up? Who's up right now?
Top second underway, and David Gibbons swings at the first pitch for strike 1.
I'll say Peter McNeil is one of the more analytical wiffle ball pitchers as far as that goes. He knows what batters are going to be swinging first pitch. He knows when to throw a first pitch strike and a first pitch ball. Ooh.
Count is even 2-2. Grounded back to McNeil. Slings it to first, and there's one away.
Nice job from Peter McNeil there to get the first out of the inning. Whenever there's an opportunity to get through the order without facing Zane Phillips, it's definitely what you're going to try and do. And the chance here to get through the lineup without facing Jackson Carr either, with Max Melendez and then Salou on deck.
So a tall task here for Peter McNeil.
Yeah, and it's tough right now for the pitcher. The sun's right in his eyes. See if that affects him at all.
The other thing that could be challenging is if McNeil can get out of this inning spotless, you really do need the offense to wake up, because you're going to see Carr and Phillips back-to-back to open the third inning.
Hey, I mean, a lot can happen here in this inning. Oh, just like that.
Including a one-out walk to Max Melendez that will ensure that, most likely at least, won't necessarily ensure it.
Double plays are possible, just very unlikely.
Did see one yesterday, though.
Yeah, usually a double play will happen on a base running error.
Fatih sends one center field. Tough play. McFeely hangs on. No base running error here, and Jackson Carr is going to get his cuts in the second.
Nice job right there from Liam McFeely to get over. Sun looks to be slightly in the fielder's eyes, so most likely a difficult catch out there.
And Peter McNeil is really struggling out there.
Sunlight-wise.
That is true. He's certainly not struggling pitching-wise. Though he's behind 2-0 here. Drops that one in for strike one. Does the same to make the count full. 3-2 pitch.
Wow.
Got him to go fishing for it. Carr cast a line.
Huge.
The pitch didn't bite. Peter McNeil escapes the inning as we head to the bottom of the second.
Me, David.
It's still 0-0. Bottom two, and the Stingers looking to take the lead here. Second pitch grounded back to Gibbons. He'll flip it over to first for the first out.
Nice job there to get the first out of the inning. Always takes the pressure off when you get that first out, keep the bases empty. David Gibbons settling in as an AWA starter for this Cyclones team.
A very solid Game 3 starter at that. And that's always huge. If they can correct those Game 1 and 2 pitching woes, and if Max Melendez can settle in a little more, obviously only a rookie, so time to develop for him. But if they can do that, this Cyclones team is going to go from the basement to the penthouse. One, two now. Tagged foul by Rice. And he'll be saved by the speed check at 61 there.
Got a few of those so far for David Gibbons, not as many as we thought we were going to get.
This one nutmegs him through the 5-hole.
Wow.
But a great play by Max Melendez to get there and make the underhand flip for the second out.
Bang, bang play there. Nice job by Max to keep his eyes on the ball after it went through the wickets of David Gibbons.
And now with 2 outs, Peter McNeil is going to look to get something going.
Lefty. Usually you see him hitting lefty in a blowout.
The old Cal Raleigh strategy. It's behind 0-1 here as he takes a healthy cut at 58. 0-2 stays up high, and Rice had some words for him before the at-bat. Was telling him something. Whatever it was, it's not going to pay off here as McNeil goes down swinging to end the inning. Quick work from David Gibbons as it stays scoreless into the third.
We got to be like the Savannah Bananas, you know? Gordon, if we can get really good content for them, they can't eliminate us.
Oh, go green.
So Zane Phillips will lead it off, trying to be the first one to get to 19 home runs. 20 home runs this year. He's at 19 right now. Fun fact here is 19 home runs. He's only walked 18 times this year, so he really does not like to walk.
That is incredible. More homers than walks. Unbelievable. Peter McNeil is going to look to bring that count even, you'd have to assume.
And Zane actually struck out in his last at-bat, one of the nastiest pitches you'll see from Peter McNeil.
2-0 holds off, and it's 3-0. And he will take a walk. 4 pitches to put the leadoff man aboard here in the top of the third.
Smart play right there. Zane Phillips has hit 3 balls in play today, a single, a home run, and took an impressive play from Jordan Rice to get a ground out.
So that's called for strike 1. And a little tapper goes foul to make it 0-2.
Never mind.
1-1.
Said it hit the hand there.
This one takes a weird bounce. They'll get the runner at first. McNeil holding Phillips on second.
Nice job from Peter McNeil to get over to first base. Nice job from Cole. Flip it over. The runner will get into scoring position.
So the go-ahead run sitting opposite Max Melendez right now. As he pushes one foul the other way. That one will stay low for ball 1. Huge hack right there, dropped to a knee a la Adrian Beltre.
Bro, spitting up a mountain on our nice mat.
But the count goes full 3-2. Only 1 out here in the top of the third. Salou Fati sits on deck with Jackson Carr in the hole. McNeil looking for a crucial second out. It's a tapped foul.
Wow.
Breaks back in at the last second. Peter McNeil bringing his grade A stuff here in game 3 as he notches the second out of the inning. It'll bring Salou Fati up now with the winning run still sitting on second. I guess it would be the go-ahead run. McNeil behind 2-0. And he'll get one back here with 56. Two and one, swung through, and he's a strike away from getting out of the inning. It'll be Carlo, Blevins, and McFeely in the bottom of the third for the Stingers. The 2-2 pitch. Missed upstairs, count full 3-2. And he'll freeze fatigue. He goes down looking. McNeil, another shutout inning. We head to the bottom of the third. Stingers just need a run to win it. So Barrett Carlo will lead things off here in the bottom of the third. First pitch at 62. Gibbons goes home. It drops into the dirt for ball 1. As Carlo took a hearty and violent cut at that.
Yeah, he's looking for the walk-off.
Do you try and drive one? Do you try and play small ball? Carlo takes strike 2. So that stays in and brings the count back to 2-2. Got him to go for 60, and there's one away.
Cyclones right now fighting for their postseason chances.
Peter McNeil with some words for Cole Blevins. And he'll step in.
Report.
0 for 1 with a strikeout so far. First pitch drops in for strike 1. As he waves at 56 and he's behind 0-2. Upstairs ball 1. And downstairs ball 2. The high cheese sits down Cole Blevins, and there's 2 away.
Liam McFeely, last chance to keep this inning going, or to end this game for the Southern Stingers. He's got 2 ground outs, so he's been hitting in play.
Rice and McFeely with a discussion here. First pitch on the way. Liam McFeely takes a big cut but can't connect for strike 1. 0-1, back up the middle. Melendez gobbles it up, fires to first, and we've got extra wiffle ball for you. Scoreless as we head to the 4th.
I can hear your hand. Like I kind of didn't think that the best throw I could have done, but still means I know I had. That was quick. All right, let's go, Carr. Go that ball wide.
So Jackson Carr will lead off the inning. It'll be the murderer's row portion of this Cyclones lineup. Carr, Phillips, Gibbons. 1-1 pitch misses down low to Carr.
Both pitchers still have pretty respectable pitch limits. David at 45, Peter at 55.
And Carr goes down swinging to open up the 4th.
Nice job, Peter McNeil. Getting Jackson Carr. Now the task right here. St. Phillips, hopefully he'll do what he's been doing. Walk him if needed. Liam McFeely playing way back.
And McNeil and Phillips exchanged some words just a second ago. And McNeil is attacking the zone early. 1-1 count now. And we'll stay down low again, 2-1. Trying to find one that would break back into the zone, but it doesn't do it in time. 3-1 hitters count. Missed upstairs, a 1-out walk to Zane Phillips.
I like how Peter McNeil acting like he didn't mean to do that. That was exactly what he was trying to do there. 0-0 game, can't take any chances.
So it puts Gibbons to the plate. 1 on, 1 gone. The go-ahead run sits on first. And he blasts one left side, way back there, and gone. David Gibbons puts the Cyclones on the board here in the 4th.
It's a huge hit right there. 3rd home run on the year, and wasn't going to say it. Peter McNeil had a no-hitter through 3 and 1/3, and that home run now puts the Cyclones in a good spot.
And he pimped it off the bat too. David Gibbons, quite the bat flip. Melendez took a little tap at it, but it goes foul. 0-2. Thought about it, but does not go around. Gets him with 60 for the 2nd out of the inning. So it'll be Salou Fati again, 0 for 3 so far. He takes ball 1 outside to open this at bat. Grounds one back up the middle. McFeely tossed to first. Close play. We'll look at the replay. The Cyclones arguing he was safe.
Yeah, out by a step. Got him by a step.
So Fati just out, and it's going to be work to do for the Stingers, who need 2 to keep this one going, 3 to walk it off. So Jordan Rice will lead off the bottom part of the 4th. Stingers looking to plate a couple of runs and keep this game going.
And the Stingers have 2 hits. Central Cyclones only have 1, but it was a big one from David Gibbons, 2-run home run. Here in extras.
The 1-2 pitch from Gibbons. Grounded right side, scoops it up, tosses it to first, and there's 1 down.
Nice job there to get the lead runner.
So now it'll be Peter McNeil looking to spark something for the Stingers.
Peter McNeil 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts.
First pitch to McNeil stays upstairs for ball 1. Now the 2-0. Healthy cut for strike 1. And another to move the count back to even. 2-2 pitch on the way from Gibbons. Missed inside, and it brings the count full.
Nice job from Peter McNeil there to hold off, work the count full. Just got to get on base, and then the tying run will come to the plate.
Interestingly enough, should the Stingers be able to force another inning, it's going to be deja vu all over again. Carr, Phillips, Gibbons for the Cyclones. Full count pitch misses upstairs, and the tying run comes to the plate with 1 out.
Well, they are the home team, so if they're able to get 3 here, would end the game. We know how the Cyclones are. The 3rd inning is always the, or 4th, last inning is always the toughest for them.
Gibbons fires a strike to open up this at bat, and does the same on the next pitch. Looking to strike out Carlo. Can't find the zone, misses outside. Foul back, and Carlo stays alive once again.
Almost died up here.
Yeah. A violent attack on the broadcasters. The 1-2 pitch. Drops out once again.
Great take right there.
Now 2s. Grounded foul left side. Carlo doing a nice job of staying alive here.
7th pitch of this at bat coming up.
Cole Blevins sits on deck. The 2-2 pitch. Got him to wave at it, and there's 2 down.
It's unfortunate. It was a good quality AB. Tough swing right there. Cyclones 1 out away from a much needed series win here in extras.
Gibbons versus Blevins. First pitch drops out, ball 1. Outside, ball 2. Liam McFeely sits on deck, hopes he gets a chance to hit. 2-0, bounces off Blevins, it's 3. And it missed upstairs, tying run aboard with 2 down. And now Liam McFeely's got a chance to win it.
All comes down to this. Liam McFeely 0 for 3 with 3 groundouts. Just trying to get one in the air, be the hero.
Gibbons, first pitch on the way to Liam McFeely. Gets one in the air, slipped and fell was Gibbons. He would have had a play on it, but it bounces foul. Sigh of relief for Liam McFeely.
Just a little late on that one.
The 0-1 pitch. 61 saved by the speed check. This one at 60 will do him no favors, and the Stingers are down to their final strike. Gibbons the 0-2. Grounded left side, tough play. Phillips throw to first in time to get him. Cyclones take it in extras and take the series. They match what the Mojo did yesterday and keep themselves in contention. The second series of 3 series in 3 days. We will see you guys tomorrow.
All right, throw me something. Bring it.
Is that from the show?
I don't know, some young girl with a ring and she told me to call him down there.
Oh, dude, there's a show that we use that all the time.
I'll take it. No wonder you don't just fucking